everybody. Welcome, JBS, our final edition of our high school preview week with John Kroeger, the guru of New Jersey high school baseball. The season starts tomorrow. We're excited. Where are you going opening weekend?
Oh, no, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm gonna probably go to 4 games.
Who you got? If you want to
With
make
the gas prices the way they are now, I got to make sure those games are right there.
I know where I want it.
It cost me $480 a week to travel.
Yeah, I know. I'd love to go down to the mainland coaches versus cancer, and I also know where I live, and I know where that is, and it sucks, right? It's my schedule. I can't travel too far every day this year. But let's talk top 10. Let's figure out who our number one team is. Let's go over your thoughts, and I want to start with taking a look at, and we'll get them up on the board here, teams that were just outside of the top 10 for whatever reason. Whether it's still inexperienced, whether it's just a bit short. And what I'm going to ask you as we're looking here, who is your thoughts on the teams that are just outside of the top 10 that might have the best chance of finishing in there at the end of the year? And we're going with, you got your Colts next, Cherokee, CBA, Del Bartons of the world, Voorhees, RBC, Ferris, Middletown South, Ranney, Shawnee, Jackson, Cranford, Passaic Tech, Milburn, Egg Harbor, and Seton Hall Prep. Those are our under considerations. Who would you say is most likely to make that leap between now and mid-June?
I think we spoke about this in the other segment, was Rainey Prep and also Seton Hall Prep. I think Rainey Prep kids are no longer freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. They are beasts, and they are seniors, and they're ready to win. Seton Hall Prep, same thing. And then when you have a great coach like Mike Shepard, he's just going to put it all together. I think both those two teams, they're going to zoom up. We can never forget Cranford, because Cranford has probably one of the best players in the state, if not the best hitter, in Ryan Jaros, and in my opinion, one of the best coaches maybe in the country, Dennis McCaffrey. Cranford has to be considered to be not top 5, maybe number 1 at the end of the year if they can win everything. But again, a lot has to do with pitching and who pitches against who and what falls into what place. And I'm sure Middletown South thinks they're going to be, where they are again. But I'm going to say Seton Hall Prep and Rainey.
Yeah, no, I think those are great choices, obviously. And the best thing is, come June, we'll know. Everybody's going to get their chance. But let's start with our look at our 8, 9, and 10 teams in the rankings, and we've got one representative from Group 2, one representative from Group 3, one representative from Group 4. Our number 10 being Ocean City, our number 9 being Rumson Fairhaven, and number 8 being Williamstown.
Yeah. Again, Ocean City was the Group 3 title champ last year, winning that state final. Duke McCarron and Tom Finnegan coming back, and hopefully Tom can get everything straightened out with his arm, and they're pretty much gonna be dominant again on the hill. I don't have to say much more about Rumson. They could win everything. They could win everything. They got that much pitching, and I like their hitting. And Williamstown, also very senior dominated team. Chris Montone and Colin, they're going to be pretty club. They're going to be a good club too.
Yep. Moving up to number 6 and number 7 in the rankings, we've got Bishop Eustace at number 7, now parochial. I'm dating myself. Non-public B, and we've got St. Augustine in non-public A at number 6. We've got 2 of the traditional South Jersey powerhouses.
Yeah, I think when St. Augustine sees they're 6, they're going to think they should be top 3. Then they could be. But in my opinion, Gloucester Catholic's 5, St. Augustine 6, Eustace 7. Just like a couple people said down in South Jersey, you could put anybody of those teams up top, but you got to put one. You could have 1A, 1B, 1C, but somebody's got to be one. I think GC is, playing Eustis in the state tournament. It's going to decide maybe who vaults up in the rankings. And St. Augustine's, we know, has a great chance of making the state final like they do every year. So.
Yep. Now we mentioned number 5. We alluded to Gloucester Catholic. They've got a stacked team that is not just impressive with the senior leadership, but also the incredible talent they've got in the junior and sophomore class. And we've got number 4. We've got St. Joseph Metuchen. So
again, that's your team. That's your team, St. Joseph Metuchen.
That's absolutely. That's right. GMC favorites, unless Edison sneaks in and beats them, like you said. But that is my team, because I haven't seen a potentially more dominant pitcher in the state, and I love pitching. And Donovan Zach is on the high side of 95 this winter, which is crazy from the left side to me.
Off his surgery, he worked really hard, and I spoke with Mark Gialusi, the catcher, and he said he's really throwing good. But let's not forget Rutgers commit Andrew Goldham. I mean, he was 11-0 last year.
Yeah, it's
11-0. This kid's good.
You lose maybe the best, one of the best pitchers in the state before the season, and there's not a lot of high school teams that could get around that and still achieve a lot of their goals. I mean, they're winning the GMC because Andrew just was insanely. I mean, 11-0 with like a 0.5 ERA is pretty good stuff.
Yeah, talking to Mike Murray, and Mike's biggest problem right now is who is he going to play shortstop? He says he's got some guys he has confidence in, but outside looking in, that is going to be the key. But do you put your best guy at second base instead of shortstop? When you got a guy throwing 95, you got Goldman throwing 92, you got a sidearm guy who's throwing in Mulvaney who's throwing outside balls, and the ball's going to be 75, 80%. The game's going to be played to the right side. How many lefty hitters you going to face? And
that's of the few hitters that are going to hit the ball anyway, right?
Yeah, Robbie Carvelli might have to be brought to the infield, but he likes him in center.
You get 9 or 10 strikeouts a game. You might just put all the outfielders in the infield. You might not even need an outfield with if Donovan's on.
Yeah, listen, St. Joseph Metuchen's schedule is really good. I mean, I don't. The first week you're going to see Edison stun St. Joseph Metuchen in a league play game, and I'm gonna get killed because I told all those guys I like Edison. I like it. Edison's gonna beat you.
You got Jackson Appleman thrown to Charlie Taub, and I know they're not in our top 25 here, but you're certainly not out of any game when that matchup when that's going.
No, I let me tell you something. Edison's gonna be scary for St. Joe's. Delafave, that's a good team. I St. Joseph Metuchen's got to be the favorite, but there's some teams down there at GMC.
Number 3 on our list, not just a football school anymore, not just a football and basketball school even, but Bergen Catholic.
Yeah, Bergen Catholic's strong. Again, like I said, their shortstop, De La Cruz, is unbelievable. He gets on base. It's if you walk him, you can't walk him. He's still second and third. He's that fast. Fastest kid in the state, probably. He can fly. And he's got a great glove. But Bergen returns a lot of good players, and Karsten Sabathia at first. And they're going to be tough. And Luca Reyes in center field. And they got pitching, Charmless. They're going to give Bosco a run for their money.
Absolutely. We got the top public school in the state checking in at number 2, and that is Group 4 favorite, Hunterdon Central.
Yeah, Huntington Central 23-3. Um, it's going to be real interesting. I watch those guys all summer play for White House Legion, which to me, them and Brooklawn will have the two best Legion teams this year. I love watching those games. White House had a great summer. Huntington Central, right back. All the kids are back. They've been banging it out. They've been in world wars, those teams, and I think Huntington Central, if they come back less than a state title this year, kids are they're going to be very unhappy. They really believe they think they can win every game. They really do.
Yep, and you
And
legitimately
they play
got,
Gloucester Catholic on May 1st in
yeah,
Woodbridge. That's another, yes, that's going to be a real good ball game.
that's that's like a pre-Legion state final game as well.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
but you've got, Kyle McCoy, if Donnie's not the best lefty or Zach Crotchfield's not the best lefty, the three of them have gotten plenty of deserved national recognition. Kyle is, headed down to Maryland if he goes, I mean, he's somebody who could
Yeah,
take the next step too, I'm sure. So that leaves
exactly.
us with 1 and 1A, right? We got the team that we are allowed to rank and the team that I'm saying we've got to rank. And this is where we said that you would fit them in. I mean, I think when it comes down to Don Bosco and the Hun School, you're talking about the most top line talent in the state at the two of those schools. I think it probably comes down to depth and the number of top line guys if you're going to rank Don Bosco first. But since you've got them playing each other in about a month, we can call them 1 and 1A for now.
Yeah, to be fair, people that know the game of baseball, that watch these kids all year round, they know Hun has some incredible talent. But people that go by the names are like, oh, what are you kidding me? Bosco's got 14 Division I players. Well, Hun, like Bosco's guys got going to Fairfield. All right, Dana's going to Kentucky. All right. But the Hun kids, they're going like Wake Forest, they're going Boston College, they're going to Kentucky. Um, that's going to be one phenomenal game on May 1st.
You don't want to forget
Hun
Romano
and
going
Bosco,
to
7 p.m.
Romano going to
under the
Tulane. They've been
lights.
one of the top teams in the country this year.
Yes, that team is loaded. Hun usually plays St. Augustine's too. Talking to Tom, he's filled up. He can't. His games are done. His school won't let him play any more games. So he said, I just want to play the best teams. So I said, why don't you go down to North Carolina? I mean, the only thing you guys really can do right now is play the best teams and show everybody how good you are. And he tried to make his schedule as good as possible. I think they were 14-1 last year. They lost to LaSalle, Pennsylvania, I think, opening day, and then ran off 14 in a row. But with Ryan DiMaggio, who's going to Boston College, and Carson Applegate, who is a man. He's a man child, strong. Not only these guys are beasts. I don't know if I've ever seen either one give up a hit on the mound. That's how good they are. And Carson, he's a beast at the plate. The balls
Jackson
come off
Kramer.
the bat different.
We can't forget Jackson Kramer.
Jackson Kramer, you have Benny Romano. This team is loaded. It's going to be one of the games. It'll be packed. If you want to see a great baseball game, this is watching a college baseball game.
It is.
So, but they're both teams are only going to get better from this.
Yeah. So that's our bottom line here is you want to see who our the number one team in the state is at this point. You'll be out at Woodridge on May 1st, right? 7:00. Is that game?
Yes, 7:00. Yes.
It's a night game.
Don Bosco and the Hun School.
Talking about a day that starts with St. Joe's Metuchen against Passaic Tech, right?
Yep.
So you're talking about a morning, maybe Donnie
Nazir Mule, Donovan Zach, Goldan matchup.
Yeah.
And a 1:00 game, you got Woodridge, who's strong division Group 1 school, playing Middlesex, the defending Group 1 champion.
Yeah.
That should be a good game. Then you have the Huntington Central Gloucester Catholic game, where you probably get Tanner Nolan versus probably Kyle McCoy. I think McCoy's schedule. Kuzi said depends if they get the bye in the Tri-County tournament.
No
And
matter
then,
who's thrown in that game, we know that Hunterdon Central and Gloucester Catholic might not be neighboring rivals, but they're going at it 300% at each other.
yeah,
And then obviously
exactly.
big one. So that's a day that, there may not be a better slate of 4 games anywhere. Forget the state, anywhere around.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful field too. The games will definitely be played. It's a turf field. It's a gorgeous in Woodridge Sports Complex. I know Woodridge bought that. They didn't have the land was given to them, and the stadium is beautiful. They're the Legion State playoffs there. It's one of the nicest places to play a baseball game. It's gorgeous, really is.
Yep, a lot of questions answered these last 4 days with John Kroeger, but a lot of questions still to be answered as we start tomorrow with the 2022 high school baseball season. We can't wait to see it. Look forward to following everybody and wish everybody best of luck. We'll see you guys out at the field.
Thanks for having me.